Hi guys, so I wanted to talk about how these past few weeks with me just training non-stop in Lebanon with the MX-5 Cup car have gone so far. Honestly, if anything, it's mostly been a struggle mindset-wise, just to keep myself focused and motivated to keep on pushing and trying to go even lower with the lap time that I'm currently aiming to get. I'm trying to aim for the 132 zones. I know that those things are really hard to hit. And we're really talking about just high 132s like 132.7, 132.9, like 132.7 seems really difficult. At this moment of me filming this video, I'm 9.5 tenths away from like a 132.7. Theoretically, I still am in the 133.4, which is closer to the 132s. But you know, the past 3 weeks have been really difficult mindset-wise to get through. And I feel that was to be expected because I am constantly pushing myself, and you know, there's a point where I'm just thinking, come on man, just take a break, you know? I can't keep going with this pace all the time. And at this point, at this stage, it's getting so much harder because I'm only aiming to get like 1/10 out of each week, just to get 1/10 faster. And it's really hard. It's really hard to get all those details down because before it was easier. And of course it was easier because there were bigger mistakes overall, but now since I'm working on the details of the details of the details, I have to be so much more precise with my driving, and that thing really pays a toll on your mind. But yeah, so these 3 weeks were really difficult for me to just get through this. But nonetheless, yesterday I did have like a moment of just recomposing myself and starting over, kind of, in a way. I just needed to, okay, get that out of my system. I was slacking off for a few days, like I would only practice for half an hour and then I'd be done for the day, which, I mean, there were still some results that came from that practice, and that's better than nothing, but you know, I really didn't feel like I was focused and determined enough to actually properly practice, you know? So I just did a pep talk with myself yesterday, and I just told me, you know, you gotta push harder, you gotta keep going, so shut up and just practice. I made a list that I'm gonna stick to this track. I'm gonna aim to get each time just a tenth faster until I get really close to that lap time. These weeks have been really challenging. Probably me just staying in just one track with just one car and not trying out anything else is already pretty challenging, because you gotta keep your focus on just one thing, and when there's just this continuation with no actual big change there, it wasn't as exciting. But then again, I feel like that's a good approach for me to get better, because right now I'm really close to hit really fast lap times. Well, close is a really big word because, you know, now it's really difficult to even lower 1/10, but the point is that I'm closer than I ever was, and I am learning driving techniques better than I was before. So I feel like I need to stick with this car in this track for a longer time until I perfect all those things. So then I get the feeling and I get the control with my throttle inputs, with my steering inputs, braking, the trail braking, everything. When I have like this perfect control, or close to perfect, it's never gonna be perfect, but I just want to be as close to those lap times as possible, so I know that I have controlled the car to its almost maximum potential. So when I go to other tracks, I can have that confidence in me that I have the control that I need, so I can hopefully lower the lap times in the other tracks easier than if I didn't have that extra control that I have right now. But yeah, this approach might be really stupid, and maybe I need to try out some other tracks as well, and maybe another car. If you guys have any comments on that, any suggestions, maybe you guys have some similar stories that you could also share your experience and your routine, how that was like. But yeah, for me right now, I'm just gonna stick to this one track with this one car and just practice non-stop. And since I have gathered the motivation again to keep on practicing and keep on pushing myself, I feel like I'm gonna do more progress this week than the 3 weeks that have passed already. I'm optimistic about it. I'm not sure. I mean, it's really difficult, but I feel like if I have more motivation to do this and more enthusiasm, more excitement, it's a better place to be. So yeah, this week was just me to get my motivation back and to keep on pushing. But yeah, again, if you guys have any suggestions, if you faced something similar before, maybe you can also suggest another routine for me. Maybe I shouldn't stick to this just one track and one car combo for too long. And you know, there is always this fear that I have that maybe if I just stick to this one track, I'm gonna learn how to drive really fast in one track and then I'm gonna be slow everywhere else. I'd like to hope that since I'm understanding what I'm doing and I'm trying to actively work on things, on driving techniques, those techniques will work in every track. So I have that thing going for me, but again, I don't know unless I try it out and see what happens. Yeah, anyways, I'm not gonna drag this video out for too long, so yeah, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all the feedback and the support that you guys been giving me the past few weeks. I'm really happy to see that I'm helping out a few as well. And with that said, I will see you next week with another video. Bye-bye.
That was your fastest lap of the session.